this isn't going to be the same as a normal 2-minute PD. It's just something sparked my interest, so I thought I would take you down a little Jarvis rabbit hole. So when we were listening to Chris talk about the data protection, I talked to Eva and we discussed the Black Mirror, which if you haven't seen, it's definitely worth a watch, and you can get it on Netflix. But it looks at how society would change or be manipulated and the consequences of new technology in society. And it got me thinking, because Eva shared this amazing article where China is going to use data, which is how it's linked to the Data Protection Act. It's going to use the data that it gets from its population to decide if people should or shouldn't be allowed to have certain things. So essentially, rate its population, you'll get a score, and from that score it will say whether you're allowed to go to certain schools or whether you're allowed to get certain education. Now, to be able to do this, they will be using artificial intelligence. They will have a program that is set up that will run through these numbers to try and manipulate and decide what people will or will not be allowed to do. So then it moved me on to AIs in general. Stephen Hawking for many years has said that AIs will spell the end of the human race and actually will change the way we interact together. From that, I then moved on to this, which is a really interesting piece. I don't know if you've seen it, on the Atlas robot. And just watch this. Just watch the way this robot can turn and do a backflip. Now, if you can imagine then putting the abilities that have been developed into creating intelligence into a humanoid robot that can actually move and is in better shape than an actual human. So taking all this, a fun thing for you to do. Ian pointed me in this direction. So this is a fun bit of AI. So it gives you 20 seconds, you draw it, and then it tries to guess exactly what you're drawing.
Or lollipop, or mountain, or camel. I see hand, or castle.
And the thing that I think is interesting to look at in here is in 20 seconds, this AI has tried to decide, it's a very simple AI, has tried to decide what it is that you have drawn. If you could imagine a more complex AI with all of the data that you have available, what might that be able to find out about you? And what would that be able to understand? So I think this is a good and it's a fun little activity, but it also gets you thinking about what a more complex AI would be able to do.